Have you ever wondered why some things are just impossible to remember, while other things seem to stick in your brain forever? Well, believe it or not, the answer might be hiding in something we see every day: a phone number. Today, we're going to dive into how the Mandarin language uses a really simple, elegant trick that actually tells us something huge about how our brains are wired.
Okay, so let's start with a problem we all have. Every single day, we're just bombarded with these long strings of information. Passwords, bank account numbers, and, yep, phone numbers. And the thing is, our brains, as amazing as they are, aren't naturally built to remember long, random lists of digits. It's a challenge for everyone everywhere.
So, take a look at this number on your screen. 1, 3, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Seriously, try to memorize it. I'll give you a second. It's kind of like a mental wrestling match, isn't it? It's just this long, flat, boring line of numbers. So how on earth are you supposed to make that memorable?
Now, what if I told you that an entire language has a clever, totally intuitive solution for this baked right into the way people talk? This is where the Mandarin approach comes in, and it completely transforms this chore into something that's almost effortless. It's pretty cool.
The solution is so simple. It's all about grouping. That's it. Instead of trying to spit out a long, monotonous string of numbers, Mandarin speakers just naturally break phone numbers down into smaller, bite-sized chunks. It sounds like a tiny change, but trust me, it has a massive impact.
All right, so let's see exactly how this works in practice. You start with that jumbled, messy string of digits. Then you add some structure. You group it: 1, 3, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now, when you say it in Mandarin, it becomes rhythmic. Yi san ba, qi liu wu, si san ling. You can literally hear the cadence, can't you? It stops being a random list and starts sounding more like a little phrase, which is so much easier for our brains to grab onto. And listen, this isn't just some random cultural quirk. It is a powerful cognitive shortcut. It's a method that works with our brain's natural limitations, instead of fighting against them. It's basically a fantastic little mental hack. One of those low-effort, high-reward deals. So the big idea at play here is a concept that psychologists call chunking. Our short-term memory is, let's be honest, pretty limited. Most of us can only hold about 7 pieces of information at once. So by chunking those 11 separate digits into just 3 groups, you're not just organizing the number. You're actually cutting down the mental workload from 11 things to remember down to just 3. Way more manageable. And I mean, just look at the difference it makes. With that long, unbroken string, the cognitive load is super high, which makes memorizing it really difficult, and it's just awkward to say out loud. But the second you group it, the mental load plummets. It becomes way easier to remember, and the pronunciation just feels natural and rhythmic. It's a complete game changer.
So, why are we talking so much about a phone number? What's the big deal? Well, because this tiny little detail gives us a peek into the hidden logic of language itself. It shows us that language isn't just some random set of rules we all have to learn. It's an incredibly sophisticated tool that's been refined over thousands of years.
And that brings us to the most important point of all. Languages evolve, and they almost always evolve to become more efficient, more user-friendly for our brains. The habits and structures that are easier for us to say, to hear, and to remember are the ones that survive and get passed on. This whole grouping thing with numbers, it's a perfect example of that evolution in action.
So, when you boil it all down, this simple trick with phone numbers tells us some pretty big things. 1. Language is a tool. It's designed to get a job done. 2. That tool is constantly being fine-tuned and optimized to make thinking and communicating just a little bit easier for us. And 3. If you look closely at these small, everyday habits, you can start to see the deep design principles that shape how we think and speak every single day.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other elegant, brain-friendly shortcuts are hiding in your own language? Little tricks that you use all the time without even giving them a second thought. It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for watching.